And I hope you can all see this. And the topic I wanted to look at this afternoon, it's one I've covered before, but I think a lot of people could possibly do with refreshing exactly how it works, is opening and responding to two clubs. And I'll be talking about this in the ACOL system, although it's very, very similar in nearly all other forms of bidding, that the two club bid is reserved for the strongest hand, which typically either shows a hand with 23 or more points or slightly fewer points with game in your own hand. In standard American bidding, I believe it's typically 22 points, but it's close enough. 22 points or almost that you have game in your own hand. And for those of you watching this video on YouTube afterwards, if you wish to receive a weekly email about what topics I'm covering and the link to join in these sessions, please send an email to that address there, tonystore@bridgeclass.co.uk, and I'll add you in. These lessons are free, and then it's £3 if you want to play in the game afterwards. So here are some hands that all qualify for an opening bid of two clubs. This is one with a balance 24 points, and you would open two clubs here. Or here's an unbalanced hand with 23 points, and again, you would open two clubs on this one. And even this last hand, even though it's only 18 points, it's a hand where basically I want to be in game. I want to find a fit for one of my major suits and either be in four hearts or four spades, even if my partner has virtually no points for me, because I expect I'm only going to lose one spade, one heart, and one diamond. In fact, even if this hand were a little bit weaker, if I didn't have, for example, the Queen of Diamonds, this hand would still be suitable for an opening bid of two clubs. But two clubs should be used for a hand that's strong in points, and 16 points is generally thought to be the absolute minimum you should have to open two clubs. In other words, don't open two clubs on a hand with, a really long suit that's more suitable for a preemptive bid. So how do you respond to two clubs? Well, most of the time, and there are other schemes which I'll talk about at the end, you start off with the first negative bid, which in standard bidding is two diamonds showing 0 to 7 points. So you'll nearly always make that response when your partner opens two clubs. If you have exactly 7 points, but it consists of an ace and a king, not necessarily in the same suit, then that's generally thought to be good enough to make a positive response, not two diamonds. And the reason for that is that aces and kings are often very valuable when it comes to looking for a slam, whereas queens and jacks are not so useful, typically. If you are going to make a positive response, that should show something like 8 or more points, and the positive response is 2 no trump. Or you can bid your own suit, but it should be a good 5-card suit. By good suit, I mean something with, say, 2 of the top 3 honors in it. And you could bid 2 hearts, 2 spades, or 3 clubs, or 3 diamonds, or 2 no trump. Those are all positive responses. And you should realize that if you make a positive response to your partner's opening 2 clubs, you'll be very often in slam territory looking for a slam. If you have more than 8 points, but say you have no aces or no kings, say you've got 8 or 9 points, then it's normal to downgrade that hand slightly and make a negative response of 2 diamonds. So here are some hands where your partner opens 2 clubs, and this hand here, obviously you'd like to bid your spades, but you start off with a negative response of 2 diamonds. Here you've got 9 points, so you're going to make a positive response, but you have no good 5-card suit of your own, so you bid 2 no trump. And here you've got a good 5-card suit and 9 points in hearts. a 5-card heart suit, a good suit. So here you can make the positive reply of 2 hearts. Do stop me if you have any questions. I will have some polls coming up in a minute or two. So let's have a look at this hand to start with, where West opens 2 clubs. They have a balanced hand here with 23 points, and you with only 3 points make the first negative response of 2 diamonds, showing 0 to 7. Your partner, though, now shows that they have a balanced hand by rebidding 2 no trump. And that 2 no trump bid should be 23 or 24 points. It takes over from where the opening bid of 2 no trump leaves off. So if your 2 no trump range, I think in many American systems, is 20 or 21, then 2 clubs would start at the next point up. But in ACOL, where most people play that 2 no trump is 20 to 22, this 2 no trump starts off at 23 points, 23 to 24. And you having 3 points, that should be enough for game, and you would bid 3 no trump. So the point ranges where you open 2 clubs and then rebid 2 no trump are shown in the left-hand corner there. 23 to 24 points to show 2 no trump, or if you happen to have 25 to 27 points, not that common, you jump to 3 no trump. Sometimes there will be interference by the opponent, and I just thought I'd mention that. Here, for example, West opens 2 clubs and North makes a natural overcall of 2 hearts. It's well worth trying to get in the way if you have a long suit over the 2 clubs, because it can disrupt the opponents. So here you were about to bid 2 diamonds as a negative bid, but now you can just pass because your partner will have another chance to bid again. So you just pass here. And if your partner bids 2 no trump now, well, now you know they had the similar hand to the one we were looking at before, where they have they opened 2 clubs, so they probably got 23 or 24 points. And they should also have a heart stopper here because they're indicating a willingness to play in 2 no trump. So again, with 3 points here, that's probably enough for you to bid 3 no trump here. And again, you probably want to be in 3 no trump here, and you will have a pretty good chance to make that. Let's have a look at this hand here. Here I've made the West hand the same, but I've made the East hand very weak. You again start off with the first negative of 2 diamonds, but now when your partner bids 2 no trump, and you know they've got a balanced hand with 23 or 24 points, you've only got 1 point here, and you can pass this. So this precise bidding sequence is the only time that when you open 2 clubs, you will stop short of game. If it goes 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 no trump. Any other bidding sequence starting with a 2 club bid is considered game forcing. And game forcing means that neither you or your partner is allowed to pass until game has been reached. So I see a very common mistake is for people to open 2 clubs and then not reach game. And that's a bad mistake. But this is the one time, this exact bidding sequence, where you can pass after your partner's opened 2 clubs. Obviously, if you had maybe even 2 or 3 points, you would go on to game. But with 0 or 1, maybe you should pass. Let's have a look at another one. Here again, your partner's opened 2 clubs. You bid 2 diamonds. They bid 2 no trump. And you've got 3 points here. And I've got the first poll of the afternoon, which is, what do you think East should bid on this hand? What do you think you should bid now after your partner has rebid 2 no trump, showing a balanced hand with 23 or 24 points? So here comes the first poll. And the most popular response is 3 no trump, followed by 3 clubs and 3 hearts. By the way, if you wish to say something, just unmute yourselves and speak, don't send me a chat message because I don't really have time to open those up and look at them. So three no trump is possible here, but yes, a better bid is actually three clubs, which is Stayman. So just like you would respond three clubs if your partner opens two no trump and you wanted to find out about a four card major, you should bid Stayman in this situation as well. So you rebid three clubs, and here, if your partner bids three hearts, you'll go to four hearts. If your partner had not bid three hearts, if they bid three diamonds, which showed no four card major, or three spades, then you would sign off in three no trump. But yes, if you use Stayman, you should use Stayman in this situation as well. And sometimes people say, how do I know this is Stayman? Well, it's because no real suits have been bid. The two club was an artificial bid. The two diamonds was an artificial bid. So two no trump in this bidding sequence is just like an opening two no trump, just a little bit stronger. So you use Stayman on this hand.
Yeah, Tony, I was just going to ask you the same question, how do we know that it's
Have I
meant?
answered it then?
Yes, so you have answered it. So, but you don't have to arrange with your partner that you'll be playing Stayman after.
Well, I would expect, if I sit down with a random partner, that they would expect to know that that is Stayman.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. How about this one? Here it's gone two clubs, two diamonds, two no trump. This time you've got a five card heart suit. So in standard bidding, you can bid three hearts to show a five card suit. And here your partner will put you into four hearts because they've got three hearts to go with you. Or if you play transfers, you should also play transfers in this situation as well. And the way that works is you bid two diamonds as the negative bid, and then over two no trump you bid three diamonds, which is a transfer to hearts. So just like if your partner had opened two no trump, you bid three diamonds as a transfer to hearts. You do the same thing here. Both transfers and Stayman apply in these bidding situations.
Can
So
you by any chance alert it?
yes, the three diamond bid should be alerted.
Okay.
Um, I think the rules for what's alerted and what's announced are a little bit strange sometimes. If you open two no trump and they bid three diamonds, that's meant to be I think announced as a transfer to hearts. But in this bidding sequence, it's meant to be strictly speaking alerted. So West in this situation would say alert, and then if asked, would say that three diamond bid is a transfer to hearts. It doesn't really matter if you get it wrong. It's a good idea, though, to
Yeah.
alert it or announce it. Do one thing or the other to get that across to your the opponents. Anyway, on this one, you bid three diamonds, which is a transfer to hearts. And I've got the second poll coming up now. What do you think East should rebid now? So you've transferred by bidding three diamonds hearts. Don't speak. Just answer the poll in a moment. That's coming up. And the question is, what do you think E should bid now? Let's have a look at the results. And most people have gone for four hearts, with a sizable number also going for three no trump. And if I switch back to the slide, I'm sorry to say that most people have got this wrong. The way that you show a five card heart suit is by transferring to hearts and then rebidding three no trump. That shows exactly five cards in the suit. Here, because your partner has three or more hearts for you, they should put you back into four hearts. But if they had only two hearts, they would pass three no trump. So it does have a meaning if you transfer and then bid four hearts, but that should show a six card suit, not a five card suit. So if you got that wrong, which many of you did there, do look up transfers and you should realize that you're always looking to find an 8-card fit in a major, and you may not have that if you've just got a 5-card suit yourself. So do let me know if you have any questions about that. You can see on this hand, playing transfers probably has some advantage, because it means that the stronger hand, West, becomes declarer rather than you playing it in, or East playing it in hearts. So you may benefit if, for example, the opponent's lead a diamond or a club. That may help you there. Okay, let's go on to another one, and this time we'll look at it from West's point of view. Here, West opens 2 clubs. You've got 24 points, and East, of course, bids 2 diamonds, a negative bid. And I've got the third poll for you, which is, what do you think West should bid now? What should West rebid? They open 2 clubs. What should they rebid when their partner bids 2 diamonds? Have a look at the results. And we got 2 popular responses, 2 hearts and 3 hearts, with 1 person going for 2 no trump. So let's switch back. Well, 2 no trump is, of course, a bad mistake because you don't have a balanced hand and you are wide open in diamonds. Don't forget your partner's 2 diamonds is artificial. Doesn't mean that East has any diamonds at all. So yes, you should bid your heart suit here. And because you open 2 clubs, you don't have to jump. You should just bid 2 hearts here. And there's no need to jump to bid 3 hearts. And yes, you bid your longest suit. And if you'd had 2 equal length suits, spades and hearts, you would bid the higher ranking one here. But here your hearts are longer, so you bid those first. And there's no need to jump to 3 hearts. In fact, in more advanced bidding, opening 2 clubs and then jumping to 3 hearts would show something different. It would show something saying that partner, this is the heart, this is the trump suit, hearts. And it would then allow your partner to bid another suit, which would be taken as a Q bid. But in the absence of that, there's absolutely no need to jump here. You don't know where you're headed, whether you're headed for hearts or spades here. So just bid 2 hearts. And here, East has a truly dreadful hand with only 1 point. And in that situation, they've already shown that made the first negative bid of 2 diamonds. And they can now, if the 2 no trump bid is still available, they can now show that by rebidding 2 no trump. So that is sometimes called the double negative, and it shows a really weak hand with 0 to 2 points. Any other bid you make there would show more than 2 points. It would show 3 to 7 points. So this is how you show a very weak hand, by bidding 2 diamonds and then rebidding 2 no trump. However, West isn't done yet. Even though your partner is very, very weak, you're still thinking about going on. And the question is, what do you think West should bid now? What do you think West should bid in response to the 2 no trump bid? Let's have a look at the responses. And most of you, I'm pleased to say, have chosen 3 spades, with votes for some of the other bids as well. And if we switch back to it, yes, you're headed for game here, and you really want to be in 4 hearts or 4 spades here, at least. So you just bid 3 spades. There's no danger in your partner passing that, because you're in a game forcing auction. Here, East now shows a preference to spades over hearts, show some kind of spade support, and it's back to you. And you may well decide to stop in 4 spades, although your hand is so good, once you found some kind of spade fit, that you might decide to bid 6 spades. There's no point bidding 4 no trump, asking for aces. First of all, you know your partner's only got no more than 2 points. So you may well decide to pass or bid 6 spades. And it turns out on this hand that 6 spades is quite a good contract. As long as the spades divide favorably for you, you won't lose any spades. And you've got a potential club loser. But the way you would play this is try to avoid the heart loser. And if the way you would play it in if you were playing this in a spade contract, either 4 spades or 6 spades, is try to work out how the hearts might be divided. You've got 7 hearts here, and if the missing hearts are divided 4 and 2, you can establish the suit by ruffing 1. So that's what I would do. I would cash the ace of hearts when I get a chance, ruff a heart, then draw trumps, and then you'll find the rest of your hearts are good. This hand was actually played online a while ago, this exact hand, and you can see, according to the computer, it can actually make 7 spades or 5 hearts. But very few people played it in spades. A lot of people ended up in hearts, which is not such a good contract, and a lot of people ended up not in game. So that's a common mistake, even after a 2-club opener, to allow the auction to stop below the level of game. So that was a mistake. And also people didn't end up in the right contract. They ended up in hearts rather than spades, which is a better contract. Do trump if you have a question about that. Just a couple more topics to look at. Here you open, West has got 22 points. It's not balanced. So it's pretty much worth game in its own right, though, because you only expect to lose a club and a heart, maybe. So you open 2 clubs. Your partner bids 2 diamonds. That's the first negative bid, showing 0 to 7. And you bid 2 spades. And I've got the next poll. That's the final one of the afternoon, which is what should East bid now? It's gone 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 spades. And what do you think he should bid now? Let me launch that poll. Have a look at the results. And most of you have gone for 3 clubs, followed by 3 no trump, and then 2 no trump. And let's switch back. Well, one bid you shouldn't make here is 2 no trump, because that would be the double negative, showing 0 to 2 points. So you must avoid that bid. Instead, you must find another bid. And my vote here goes for 3 clubs. Second choice would be 3 spades. I've only got 2 spades here, so I really would like to have another spade support my partner. So rather than fudge a bid and bid 3 spades, I think I would bid 3 clubs. And that should be my own 4-card suit. Now, on this hand, it happens that your partner has a fit for you in the second suit, and they may well decide to look for a slam. They know you're in the range of 3 to 7 points, but if they bid 4 no trump and find out there's 1 ace over there, then they would go to 6 clubs. And I hope you can see that 6 clubs should be a good contract for you. You're going to lose a heart, and probably that's it. You'll be able to, if the spades don't fall evenly when you cash them, you'll be able to ruff 1 in the East hand. Let's try another one. Here, again, you've got 22 points. You open 2 clubs. And this is the kind of hand where East can make a positive bid. And they've got a good 5-card suit with 2 of the top 3 honors. And they can bid 2 hearts. Now, you, as West, you were going to bid your spade suit, but now you've found a fit in hearts. You may as well bid 3 hearts. See what your partner bids. Your always going to go on to game here, so there's no need to jump. Your partner won't stop. In fact, with a positive reply opposite 2 clubs, he may well be thinking of a slam here. East here has nothing else to say, really. They showed their positive 5-card heart suit. So all they can really bid is 4 hearts. But you may well think you might go on for a slam. And if you bid 4 no trump and your partner shows up with 1 ace, it's either the ace of hearts or the ace of diamonds. You may well go to 6 hearts on this hand. So I hope you can see that barring horrible distribution in hearts, you'll probably make 6 hearts, because you'll be able to rough diamonds if necessarily, or discard them on the spades or the clubs. So that should be a good contract there. Just remember that don't make that 2 heart bid without a good suit, without having a couple of the top 3 honors. So just to summarize everything we've talked about, responding to 2 clubs, most of the time you'll bid 2 diamonds, but with 8 or more points, either respond 2 no trump, or you can bid your own good 5-card suit. And apart from the exact sequence, 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 no trump, an opening bid of 2 clubs is game forcing for both partners, and means you must not pass until game has been reached. Okay, and there are a number of alternatives to responding to 2 clubs. There are some where you choose an artificial bid for every meaning to show your point range, or to show how many aces and kings you've got. Those are not really very popular in expert circles. One that is more popular is to always respond 2 diamonds. It's called 2 diamonds waiting, or a relay, because very often when your partner opens 2 clubs, they want to show their suit, and they're not really interested in hearing about your suit, or hearing that you've got some points. They want to get their bid in, to a lower level, and a very popular system is to always bid 2 diamonds. So do that if you have a regular partner, but obviously then you'd have to find some way of showing later on whether you had how strong your hand was, if you're always going to respond 2 diamonds. So that ends the talk for today. I'll just stop sharing my screen with you, and we'll start the game in just over 10 minutes. If anyone here needs a partner, you can join the game